Where were you when I raised raising money left and right to feed him and fly him from hospital to hospital? Where were you all? Sitting there talking nonsense. Talking about cause I ain't got no integrity. I didn't have integrity when I was feeding Joseph Boakai, your God. Bunch of ungrateful people. Have you heard Joseph Boakai deny that I was raising money left and right to feed him? Have you heard him deny it? He will never deny it because he knows this to be true.
Some of you people thought I was never going to criticize Joseph Boakai. Yeah. Because I went to counties. I'm not criticizing because I want to criticize. I'm criticizing because we said yesterday, former President Biya was riding private jet. But the Joseph Boakai at work with power is riding private jet on jet to go to Ghana. Yeah. But I will speak because people in Saturday saw me while passing the road who are comfort. Spend my own money to bring him to power because we thought the wrong yesterday was going to be right today. Yeah. I had no regret to vote against one President Biya. But the people that are brought to power will regret why I had to vote for them. This country is a better place and will be a better place. Yes, sir. But there's money in the country that we can live for. We don't need money from outside. So, but we don't want to empower people here. We say that our lawmakers, we have become lawbreakers. We have become criminals. We put all the money in the budget for ourselves and leave them out. I want to challenge some of your lawmakers. Some people say they want this senator. They're breaking all the law. The law you mean you're breaking the law, but you want to go on. We know it. You know why people want to go on? Because they want to increase the time. They say they're too short. You cannot be a cancer, then you want to run road. You cannot be a lawmaker that then respecting the law that we made ourselves. Then you say you want this senator, and then you waste your time. Nobody here can be for the government equal to me. But when we kill people, it's not happening and it will never happen. The only thing they are there for, when last people for their government kill and say, sanctify people, don't know that lawyers are getting 1% and 1 vote in law. But they say that over there is why they are family people because they need hope. They are the person that needs hope and they are the person sanctify person that want there. We implore our family people, but some people are happy because it is a time to be happy. It is no other time when the country is not better. Yeah. It is every other time when the country is better. Yeah. And we give them as a challenge to all of you people. 2029, we may be on the ballot for the presidency. Where we will come here and say, you people will have to appoint the commissioner for sacrifice. They are educated people. They never education. It's about how well you govern the people. They are people that got degrees, they know nothing. The only person with 8 people that they can't achieve nothing from. Our marketeers will come to power. In every country, at least 2 million of marketeers, people and younger boys to empower themselves. The money is there, but everything is wrong with what carrying the up. Because we are close.
Tell Joseph Boakai to forget about Yeke Koluba.
What did Bola do? Yeke Koluba.
He tell Yeke Koluba. Tell Yeke Koluba crossing you. You are not like a thing that you talk. You forsake yourself while Yeke Koluba crossing you. Whether Yeke Koluba crossing Korea, you are telling a lot of Yeke Koluba. Tell them, man, and you tell them, Yeke Koluba for that. And I'm going to run for Yeke Koluba there. You know, when I want to do all that, you want to all the way to go just to take a vote for Yeke Koluba.
Last year you go for Yeke.
Yes. Because Yeke Koluba and the one that is talking to him in the house. So you are telling to me Yeke Koluba because a budget.
Oh, Yeke can be talking to the president. It's not a good thing.
Anything good for Paul, I think good for Joe. Yes. They're happy.
He said the president coming is anything you want to say final before we leave you? Thank you so much.
You made me so good. I heard you last night and you're talking to after the whole election, I think my somebody and right. If we didn't rescue as a communicator after winning, the broadcaster don't even answer my phone. They don't really know. I don't really have time. I don't talk. Because we all know why it's happening. And everything I will accept it because our son who is vice president for Linda, the Linda will not understand if I start dating on worker. The tenant got a type of worker. From where I wrote, the tenant is a comprehensive report of the funding and the taxes of people ruling and the amateur law, everything. And the position statement for those commission will be started on Friday. So here, and then the way forward is the Kalaba discussion. Then my brother come now. The people are coming there. They don't be there. And you now we're investigating all kind of way better. All kind of things. You want to after people? Then, the CDG control the so they went talking away, talking about the from a teaching, they did a solution. That's a money problem. Yeah. When they said it, so they did let it send then something happened. They almost went to run the house. Then they brought it down Tuesday morning. They didn't tell me they had it for me. Oh, when I heard what was happening, they were removing 2 budgets to come. I was doing it. I want to do. I said, what is going on? You were here when we had sent paper, and you were here with our own executive.
When they were coming, they said they were freedom fighters. When they were coming, they said they were liberators. But when they killed Vietnam,
oh yes, indeed. What a great day. What a wonderful opportunity it feels to be back behind these microphones, to engage on the issues that matter to Liberia's growth and development. It is a beautiful Wednesday morning from the nation's capital in Monrovia. It's always a good thing to be here, and of course to welcome all of you, our friends, our followers, and our friends. To those of you in the diaspora, it's always a good thing to have you join us. And thanks a lot for always being there. We are back. We're always going to be here to sharpen the contradictions.
When they were
There are too many of the contradictions out there. And so that's why it's always a good thing to be here each and every morning on the nation's biggest breakfast platform, the Freedom Money Rise on Freedom 87.9. We have too many clarities to provide for you this morning, too many education for you. You know, whenever you have a system that's elected to be deceptive, corny, and criminal, it takes men with courage to stand up in the face. When you have a society that convinces itself that even though they're doing the wrong thing, but they still convince themselves that they're doing the right thing, they turn the wrong to be the right. That is a characteristic of a narcissist. Narcissists are people who feel like they're always right. They don't like to take accountability. They don't like to express remorse or regret. So narcissists don't apologize because apologizing seems like accepting that a wrong was done. So you see, that's why you see the regime, the rescue regime, is always trying to justify even things that are not justifiable. There are too many things to talk about this morning. Lots of things on the menu. Right here, straight up to 10 o'clock. The big station, Freedom 87.9. So yes, indeed, like we know it, the Swedish government has announced its drawdown or suspension of funding and support to projects in Liberia. And this, the government is intending to sweep under the carpet, but it is a very serious thing. There are Liberian parents that's going to be affected, that's going to be laid out, that's going to be out of job. And there are very important programs that are going to be affected by this. So our business is to bring you up to speed and explain to you what this means and to what end it is affecting the country and all that. So this morning we will look deep into the Swedish government leaving the country and pulling out all of its support to Liberia. Remember during the campaign, Waka said he was going to make sure that all the NGO, all the other people come back to the country. But unfortunately, people are leaving the country. You said last year was you said this year the Swedish are going. The Swedish are going. My people, the Swedish are going. They're going with millions in health, the environment, the forest, water, sanitation, education. They're going with all those monies because the government has failed. The government programs. The government lacks accountability. Mind you, the Swedish are pulling out of countries where they've realized, the government has realized that the actual impact is not being felt and that the project purpose is being siphoned and corrupt. The system here is corrupt. So Liberia is among the countries that the Swedish have pulled out of, but they are still in other countries that the government there are responsible. And the involvements are making sense.
What kind of people they so?
Front Page Africa has released its yearly review of government performance, government ministers' performance. And this review has received some degree of insults and backlash from underperforming ministers and agency heads. We'll look at that in passing. The December 17th protest. The protest do lead organized by Stan, Mobake Molu and his cohorts. The LCC, the Liberal Council of Churches, has issued a position statement on that. And of course, the organizers have also come out fiercely in a bold, pointed response.
When they welcome me, they say they
I'm going to share that with you as well.
but when they give their ground, they
Closing up on the menu for today's conversation is the debate of Capitol Hill.
welcome
Lawmakers, the representatives,
Ghana people.
the House of Representatives
The freedom
has passed
fighter, our women. The freedom fighter, you killing our children. The freedom fighter, you destroying our country.
has passed a bill
Aye, ayo, 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 ayo.
to create additional seats.
Ayo, yo, ayo, ayo. Ayo, ayo.
And according to them, the population has grown, and they're drawing that from the 2022 census, right? 2022, all right? 2022 census.
Ayo, yo, ayo, ayo. Ayo, ayo.
So they say they won't increase their number. They're taking their seat from 73 to 87. My people, I've seen people that say the country had the money small. We get plenty of money in the post here. They won't increase more seats. So that other people that are giving it a hard time, like critical voices, they will go and contest other places and go there. So they will shut up their own more too. So do you agree? It's Liberal problem, legislative seats. Our problem because we have fewer legislative seats, or our problems are way beyond those. We'll look at this right here on the big station, Freedom 87.9. My name is Abu Sharif, and Hagar Konda is here. Just before Hagar comes in, today's Wednesday, we are paying cash on star 255 star 1 hash, star 255 star 1 hash. The more you play, the better your chances are to win. Good morning, Hagar. Welcome.
Good morning, Abu. Good morning to you. Good morning to Liberians following us. It's good to be back here, especially for you. I understand the traffic and other things. So the time that we normally used to leave our homes now, we have to wake up more a bit earlier than we normally used to leave because of traffic and all of that. But it's good that we are here. You see us here around 7:30. You see us on the radio, or let's say you see us on your Facebook. You see us on the YouTube. You hear us on the radio. You just don't understand how difficult it is sometimes to get here. But because of our commitment to our country and to you, our citizens, we always muster the courage to be here. And we are here this morning to continue just from where we stopped on yesterday, like Abu outlined. Several things to talk about this morning. The issue on Capitol Hill is most definitely of interest to many of us. Apparently, Abu and I may be having two separate views on this, but let's see what it is like today. So, good morning to all of you. Like Abu said, I paid out 4 persons yesterday, Abu. So I'm hoping that we can cross that because now, like I said to them yesterday, this is the festive period, and we want to ensure that many of our followers who are listening to us will win something. You can sacrifice and then be a part of the success. So what it is like is that you have to play for every time you play. At least $50 Liberian is going to be deducted, or 25 cents. So that is to say, when you have at least $1 USD, you're able to play 4 times. So imagine having $3. You're able to play 12 times on your USD account. And if you have 500, you can play 10 times, and that alone will increase your chance and opportunity of winning. So we are here between now, the time is 11 minutes up to 8 o'clock. Let's see between now to 8 o'clock if we can do a draw to give money to you. But the more you play, the better your chances are to win. So let's pick up. Let's move on.
Okay, very well. So, folks, that's it. Hagar talked to me yesterday, say that the festive period. And so, we got to allow people to get some money. It's important. So keep playing. As soon as we reach the time, just let me know, and then we something.
So it's up to you. You got 10 minutes to do so. 10 minutes. Pick up your Lone Star Cell MTN mobile money from that festive period here. So the entire December month, we have to help because normally people can say December and January. Let's say January is always hard because all of the expenses we can make, all of that. But let's see what it will be like You play 10 minutes from now. You play when we reach the threshold of at least 7 persons, then we can do a draw. So it's up to you. The more you play, the better your chances are this morning to win. Have you seen that rescued security picture around?
Yeah, I've seen it, but let's try to do
due diligence.
see what's up. But anyway, I will not be surprised because too many things are happening in these forms and manner and all of that. So, but folks, our purpose is to help, cleanse the public space of deception and make sure that the truth triumph. Because we've noticed and have clearly established that the goal of this regime is to create a kind of environment where people are blindfolded and they do not get to see the truth and the realities, and those realities remain hidden behind propaganda and all of that. Mind you, now when people gather mass and campaign and organize themselves against George Weah, it was because they were of the opinion that George Weah was providing minimal or was not doing much, was doing little, and that alternative that was coming was going to do better. That alternative had the key to unlock Liberia's potential and to achieve a whole lot. So to be settling for mediocrity and glorifying, bare minimum that cannot be compared to what George Weah achieved under his regime and all of that. For those of us that are critical and know very well what is unfolding, it is important that we bring these things to you, the public. Now, to begin with, you see now why it is important to allow governor a space, right? We're getting to realize that. To all of you, 2018, 2019, that were busy creating chaos, instability, protests, undermining, right? So when these things were happening, it just allowed you all to understand the gains that the government was making, the progress that the government was achieving, and the things that the government was doing to the extent where you're ignorant and you're of that belief that nothing happened in this country while George Weah was president. So it becomes a news to you when you're celebrating a bare minimum 125 million, and somebody tell you, say, oh, no, 24 million, the same arrangement, George Weah 640 million. Yeah. You're shocked. You say, oh, then you start to ask, oh, but what play the money? How you will know when you're basically burning tires, attacking embassies to create a picture of chaos and all of that? But now, fast forward, 2024, 2025, there has been a scene of serenity in this country. There's been calm. There's been no disruption. Everything is operating. It is only the failure of the government that's creating the louder noise. Unlike in the beginning stages of the CDC and George Weah administration, the opposition was chaotic. The opposition was anti-progressive. The opposition was destructive. They were creating chaos and disturbance everywhere. December period, when they're festive period, when they're holiday period, that's when they will set up protests, right? To undermine state functions and all of those things.
Like I said yesterday, Abu, on the celebration of our country's independence, where foreign guests were invited to the country. Presidents from other countries came to Liberia to grace the celebration marking our country's independence. There were people protesting on that day. Christmas. We had two separate protests in the December month. That was in 2019 and of course 2022. When in 2019 they said we tired suffering. No, 2019 was that we are step down campaign.
There were always some sort of agitation and protestation to disrupt the smooth operation and all of that. So when these noise are there, you will not get, and it was done on purpose. And now, grateful that this moment is here for us to be able to educate you. I know there are a lot of listening people, particularly the silent people, right? They're out there and they're following these things and they're seeing it. And they're listening, they say, oh yes. So all of you could not understand. It is a news to you that the place George Weah went and was able to attract 640 million. Bwaka has gone there, right? for the same 5 years period, and he's bringing 124 million, and all of them passing around the celebrity mediocrity. So how can a Bwaka think of himself, right, more viable as a president than George Weah? How? Places Weah went and brought hospitals, right, and brought parks, and brought other infrastructure, right, brought equipments for the army and other places. Bwaka has gone there, he has returned home with MOU, right? This is in passing. Now, Benedict Koluba, like he wrote, said, if you are not inside, you don't know for true. That 124 million over 5 years you celebrating like this, when we, the CDC he meant, has 640 million. Has 640 million for 5 years. Right? CDC had under the USAID, and you all know USAID operation, but USAID and the government of America was willing to enter into a 640 million health grant arrangement, free money. That was a grant. Now in loan.
Weah own was free.
Was free.
But the Unity Party own is coming with a terrible condition. When you finish from here, go to Jefferson. How you call it? Jefferson Chisholm.
Yeah, Jeff Chesson.
Yeah,
right? The man say, poor. I will explain this the Liberian people upon my return, okay, when you come back, so that you all will understand exactly and know where we are. You had about 400 million in 1 year. You didn't use it to create a job. That someone 124 million for 5 years, you will celebrate like you not found diamond. Don't go sleep, man. 124. So let's check for what Hagar is saying. Right? J. Jefferson Chesson.
Yeah.
Breaks down the whole 124, and I think it's going to be like 24 months, 24 million per annum, right?
It's for 5 years.
Yeah, for 5 years when you disaggregate it. So while the government of Liberia celebrates the signing of 124 million MOU, and I'll also tell you why the whole MOU thing you still got to weigh it. They put high in certify it. That's just MOU, right? With this deal is part of a broader U.S. framework offered to multiple African nations, many of which either refused to the terms or significantly amended them to protect their sovereignty. The United States approached 15 to 20 African countries with a template MOU requiring 25 years of pathogen and medical data sharing in exchange for only 5 years of aid. Now you see, so this is a whole different set, right, folks? Pathogen and medical data sharing. You'll be saying, no, let me, before I go further, your children you can carry the hospital, when your wife can carry your children to the hospital, before they administer anything they call vaccine, they must call you, right? You must be sure, you must go there and verify. When you're sitting on your wife and carry your children into the hospital, they go take vaccine and pull it inside them. I remember once upon a time I told you the same thing. Chaos, but drastically restricted the U.S. demand, limiting data sharing to 7 years, enforcing strict national data protection laws, and refusing the 25-year surrender of sovereignty. Rwanda pushed back against several U.S. conditions and did not accept the full template as offered. South Africa, Namibia, Tanzania, and others outrightly rejected the U.S. framework due to guarantee access to medicines developed from African samples. Liberia is the only country whose government signed the MOU without releasing the text to its citizens, its legislature, or its health professionals. This raises the alarming question: did Liberia accept the deal exactly as is, including the full 25-year data sharing requirement? Key national risks. 25 years of access to Liberia pathogen samples and medical testing data could mean foreign control over Liberia's biological resources. Liberia is not guaranteed access to any vaccine, medicine, or diagnostics developed from its own samples. No public explanation has been given about what data will be shared, who will control it, how Liberians will benefit, how citizens' privacy will be protected. Joseph Boakai owes the people an answer. Why did Kenya protect its people data, but Liberia did not? Why did Rwanda negotiate safeguards, but Liberia remained silent? Why did stronger nations reject the deal while Liberia embraced it blindly? We demand immediate publication of the full MOU, including all annexes on specimen sharing and data access. A legislative inquiry into whether Liberia's sovereignty, biosecurity, and public health interests were compromised. An explanation from the executive. Did Liberia sign the full 25-year obligation? Were any protection negotiated? What are the long-term benefits for the Liberian people? The health of our nation is not for sale, and Liberia must never give away 25 years of medical data in exchange for 5 years of short-term assistance. 5 years of short-term assistance. Because let me tell you, folks, and that is the danger with this government, Hagar. Mm-hmm. They're always keeping the facts from the citizens. And they cover things up, they just throw it, they say,
until the citizens themselves can do their own investigation.
When these things are supposed to be brought up, share with the media, you're running a government of secrecy, and it's bad. And those of you that can be saying, oh, when I listen to Hagar and Abu in the morning, I can feel that the country now boring or the country finished, right? These are some of the points. If your government goes and signs a 25 years MOU template agreement with the U.S. to surrender all of our medical rights, our health data to foreigners and put them in charge, right? And everything for 25 years, using 6 years to destroy the country for 25 years. By the time the 6 year people move from there, and you are saying you go certain places and they're taking certain things from you and they're demanding you to take certain vaccine and putting all kinds of things in you, then you're wondering what happened. Then you remember the danger we were talking about that the government was causing for the country.
They will not affect them, you, the common people.
Now, in diplomacy, memoranda of understanding are generally considered non-binding, right? Serving as statement of intent or declaration of cooperation. They outline areas of mutual interest and cooperation, but don't create legally enforceable obligations. However, there are exceptions. But before those exceptions, now that we have this window, right, the fact that it's an MOU, it is imperative that each of us raise the alarm and call on the legislature to demand the executive to present the terms of the MOU. The country should see it. We should see what we have and agree. Unlike, or we go back to what Kenya and other countries did, right? To rephrase the thing. That's the same thing they did with the domestic law. Before you know now, people talking about gay rights being in the country because it's not a bill law that cover up gay rights on it. So the people feel like something already, they achieved something with you, right? I gave right to gay rights. So they got to come through different small means. We'll reach a point where the gay rights people will feel like they're so in power, they will come and they will impose it. They will come and they will impose it. We are getting there because the country will just sign things, the government will hide it from us, and then we'll go inside, and this is where we are here.
Most definitely, Abu. The same thing with this U.S., the guy who the U.S. is expected to send to our country. When things happen, Abu, the government is not sincere in coming clean to the public and making Liberians to understand what the realities are. Mm-hmm. But instead, the government will keep these things confidential, especially when they are detrimental to the survival or the stability of our country. So the government will keep it to themselves and go only for the the one that they believe that the citizens will accept, especially when it comes to the issue about the 124 million. There was a danger.
So the goal was
in accepting, yes, there was a danger in accepting that 124 million that we are celebrating today. But the government is not telling us because they don't want you to understand that, hey,
because
this is
devil in the details.
this is almost like accepting something from the devil. You may enjoy it today, but the reality that set in is terrible. So the government is keeping away the reality from you and I. The danger we could experience some sicknesses in this country, or maybe virus or diseases in this country. The government is keeping that side from you. The government is keeping the fact that they are opening up the privacy of our health sector to only foreign partners, which could lead them to use our country maybe as experiment for some of these terrible viruses and other things around here. They are keeping that part, which is the reality. They are keeping it from you. And only telling you that, oh, this is the 124 million MOU. So it almost like you get a child in a room. Your child can go out. When they come home, they bring you gifts. You are celebrating.
The money not coming.
No, not coming.
Every year they give you 24 million or 25 million. Every year that kind of arrangement, that separate arrangement.
So like I was saying, it's almost like you have a child in the home, Abu, and every day a child goes out and come home with a gift. You don't understand, or you don't know where that child is getting the finance or that gift in particular. You don't know where that child is getting that gift from. But behind the scene, the child is somehow involved into criminal activities that is leading them to get that gift to bring it for you. You are only celebrating the gift because it is only the gift that the child is giving to you or presenting to you. But deep down, the terrible part is the child is involved into criminal activities. This is why it is left for this
homosexuality, or if you may, sex for what sex for what things they getting like commercial sex and all of that. So if you get to know what is inside that MOU, you will reject that 124 million. So now, if the government show that good thing they're doing for the country, challenge your rescue government to tell us what is inside the MOU. Give us the 40 they and the American people signing that deal. Gay business could be inside. Virus business could be inside. Epidemic could be inside. All kind of different things could be inside. So can clean, open it, say, oh, let it book. And say, hold the book.
Let the entire agreement.
Say, oh, let the agreement. Librarian people call big press conference. Let 1 year. That they think inside that what about benefit. That what the supposed to do. Before you know, you go sign something. All of that celebrating 124 the 124 million said I will not even come to you. They will steal it. They will steal it. They and the children will benefit. They will steal the children, get the children to Google hospitals.
Money is coming full in this country. We're see that 25 million.
We'll see, right? But then that you and your people now will start going to the hospital. When they go there, then they take any kind of thing they pull in.
When the 124 million can full, they will steal the 24 and get 100 million.
Then guess what? Then we'll start born babies in this country. Based on those injections they'll be giving the pregnant, we'll start born babies in the country. As soon as we got the baby stand up, oh papa, me a born over a man, but a woman in man for, right? Oh yes. These kinds of secret and
terrible things will happen.
They will put some kind of injection in the pregnant woman, the baby will come to give rise and justify the whole gay thing, right? So the baby gender will be female. That baby will come outside and say, oh, but me I'm male. Right? So when you start to see those things happening plenty now, then people will start feeling weak and in advocating against gay thing and blah blah blah. So let's ask, there is devil in the details. We'll keep it right there and we'll flip to the next talking point quickly before we go to our issues right here. Too many things to look at this morning, but at least your eyes are open to that. Folks, the House of Representatives have said that it's not the main talking point. The House of Representatives have said that they have got the reason to redemarcate, so to speak. And through that process, they believe that at this point, we got to increase the number of seats in the House of Representatives to provide adequate representation based on what they say increase in population and, of course, the county size or sizes. That's according to what we've heard. So let me just read this article quickly. Say, in a major legislative move with far-reaching political implications, the House of Representatives has voted to expand Liberia's electoral map, approving the creation of 14 new districts that will increase the total number of seats from 73 to 87. The decision now await concurrence from the Senate. The additional districts are distributed as follows: Bon County, 2 seats, additional 2 seats to Bon County; Grand Bassa, additional 1 seat; Grand Cayman County, additional 1 seat; Grand Judea County, 1 seat; Lofa County, additional 2 seats; Margibi County, 1 seat; Montserrado County, 4 seats; Nimba County, 2 seats. If finalized by the Senate and signed into law, the House of Representatives will grow to 87 seats, marking the largest expansion in more than a decade. Lawmakers backing the decision argue that population growth and demographic shift justify the increase, right? The political correctness is not what we want to talk about, right? But the economic prudence, right? And of course, the urgency is what we want to look at more at this point, to be sure that whatever we are doing, there have been lots of reactions, right? Permanent citizens, former public officials, even lawmakers. I'm told one representative have descended on it, have said something. As much as we know, the legislature have got the prerogative to demarcate in keeping with census results and all of these things, but the timing and, of course, the conditions under which it is happening is what many people are raising alarm about. George Werner wrote that he has been writing very consistently of late. 14 new districts and no plan. What Liberia census really says about representation. Liberia House of Representatives recently voted to create 14 new electoral districts, expanding the chamber from 73 to 87 seats on its face. This move appears justified by the 2022 National Population Housing Census, which shows significant demographic shift, especially in Montserrado and Nimba counties. Representation must, of course, follow population. But beyond this surface-level reasoning lies a troubling story of constitutional shortcuts, lack of transparency, absence of public hearings, budgetary omission, and a clear disregard for the role of the National Elections Commission. After examining NEC's own publication, the latest 2022 census data, international electoral standards, and current budget documents, one fact emerges: the expansion is not grounded in evidence, process, or law. The census results are not in dispute. According to latest 2022 census provisional results, Montserrado County now holds 1.9 million people, fully 36.6% of Liberia's population. This means more than 1 in every 3 Liberians lives in Monrovia. It is a demographic transformation unmatched in the country's history and driven by internal migration, economic opportunity, and post-war urbanization. Under the current 73-seat structure, Montserrado is severely underrepresented. Nimba follow as Liberia's second population center with approximately 608,000 residents, representing 11.8% of the nation. Its growing urban hubs, Leganta, and its mining corridors justify additional representation. Bonk and Lofa show slower demographic growth with population of roughly 459,000 and 375,000 respectively. They are neither significantly underrepresented nor overrepresented under the current arrangement. The most dramatic demographic story, however, is unfolding in the southeast. Counties such as Grand Crew, 106,000 people, Riverside, 90,000 people, Sino, 150,000 people, Maryland, 168,000, and Grand Juda, 152,000. Collectively, around 12 to 14% of the nation population are experiencing stagnation or decline. This is driven by limited economic opportunity, lack of infrastructure, and youth migration towards Monrovia and the mining belts. These figures, again, come directly from Legis 2022 census and paint a clear picture. If seats were allocated purely by population, several southeastern counties will lose representation. This brings us to the Constitution. Article 80D-E of the 1986 Constitution gives NEC, not the legislature, the authority to reapportion constituencies and delineate electoral boundaries following each census. Districts must contain approximately equal populations, and the technical work of adjusting boundaries must be conducted by NEC. This requires census-based analysis, draft maps, public hearings, expert views or review, and the publication of final boundaries. Yet, NEC's website contains no such apportionment report, no scenarios, no methodological explanations, and no maps. A recent NEC Facebook post mentioned verifying local government areas, but nothing indicate completion of a national redistricting exercise. International standards affirm the same responsibility. The ACE Electoral Acknowledged Network notes that electoral boundary management must be led by an independent body with technical capacity. In Liberia, the body is NEC, and NEC has not yet spoken. The legislature's sudden approval of 14 new districts therefore occurred without NEC presenting any technical basis. There were no NEC-led public hearings in the counties. No stakeholder consultation, no publication of draft boundary, no minutes, no map, no evidence. Civil society actors like Integrity Watch Liberia have expressed concern about this lack of transparency, warning of the danger when major electoral decisions are taken without public input. Electoral boundary changes shape political power for a decade or longer. They are not meant to be decided in silence. The financial implication of this decision make the situation even more alarming. According to the 2024-2025 national budget, the legislature already costs the country more than $65 million annually across both chambers. A single representative receives between salary allowance, operational funds, office staff, field, telecommunication, and committee work, an annual compensation package of approximately US $120,000 to $150,000. A single lawmaker. Adding 14 new lawmakers therefore adds between US 1.7 million and US 2.1 million annually in direct recurring costs before a single office is opened or vehicle purchase. Office establishment alone, vehicles renovation, generators, furniture, constituency, office rental could add another US 1 million upfront. Next, procedure for budgetary demarcation. Boundary demarcation, voter education, precinct realignment, and logistics will also cost millions. During the 2023 election, NEC requested more than $29 million for operational readiness. Adding new districts require fresh mapping, new ballot designs, procurement of updated GIS materials, and a multi-county civic education campaign. None of this is free. None of it is optional, and none of it appears anywhere in the 2026 draft budget now under review at the legislature. Article 34D of the Constitution forbids expenditures not appropriated by law. Yet the House has created a multi-million-dollar poll planning. This is unconstitutional governance. Why then expand the legislature? The political calculus is simple because the census revealed that several counties, particularly in the Southeast, will lose seats if representation strictly follow population. Adding seats preserves existing political interests while compensating populations heavy counties like Montserrado and Nimba instead of rebalancing representation. The legislature has chosen to enlarge itself, avoiding the political fallout of reducing seats while expanding national costs indefinitely. Liberia is not wrong to discuss redistricting. It is necessary. The problem is the manner in which this process has unfolded. Redistricting must be based on evidence, led by NEC, subjected to public hearing, supported by transparent mapping, and financing through an approved budget. None of these steps has occurred. Liberia is on the verge of redrawing its political map without data, without consultation, without funding, and without constitutional order. If the country is going to create new district, NEC must first publish a full apportionment report explaining how census data support revised boundaries. These proposals must then be taken across the country through public hearing. Draft maps should be debated, revised, and finalized before the legislature even consider approval. And the 2026 national budget must reflect the financial reality of administering more districts. Anything less undermines public trust and sets the stage for future electoral dispute. Liberia deserves representation that reflects its people, not its political maneuvering. The census tells the truth. Montserrado and Nimba must gain seats, and the Southeast must grapple with demographic decline. But democratic reforms cannot be built on silence, shortcuts, and unfunded mandates. A nation that cannot fully fund its schools, hospitals, and rural infrastructure cannot pretend it is ready to fund more lawmakers without a plan. Liberia needs redistricting grounded in law, evident transparency, and public participation. Anything else is not reform, it is improve better. George Warner concludes. Folks, this is it. So for those of you that are very interested in the debate about redistricting and not redistricting, George is opening all of us eye to fundamental missteps that in all of this debate, we have started from where we should have ended. The debate should have started from NEC, it goes to the people, from the people, then it comes to the legislature for approval. But we have started the debate at the legislature, which is flouting the laws and violating the Constitution. Against that backdrop, it is important that we raise issues. And looking at the census report and the outcome of the census, it is justified in cases that districts are supposed to be increased, and in other cases, districts are supposed to be reduced. But for political correctness purposes, the legislature, the House of Representatives, on yesterday, in a shocking move, right, they passed. They voted for the creation of 14 new districts. The process is unsystematic, it's disorganized, it's unconstitutional, it's unlawful, and inappropriate. So now, the opportunity is yours. Before you start saying, oh yeah, I support it, let's create a new district. But we have to support a country that allows the law to be applied appropriately. That anything we do, we achieve it as a result of following the law fully, not knee-jerk reactions, not in a knee-jerk fashion. Absolutely not. I do not support that. I've got no interest in legislative politics, right? I've got no desire, and not because I have a desire to want to contest, and I believe the redistricting will augment my chances and all of that, or because you're angry, you support somebody, and you believe when they redistrict your area, that person will fall, on your strong side and all of that, so you support it. So what about the violation of the law? What about the fact that the lawmakers are taking all of the power and ignoring the people power coming back in the district? So if we just follow this, like the reporter said, if the Senate concurs and it goes to the president signs, absolutely, in the next election, we're going to have additional 14 seats to be contesting. So now, the process of mapping, like George raised, the process of, demarcating, like George raised, have we funded NEC? Have we capacitated NEC? It is NEC that should have done those work to inform us that, we finished doing it well. From what we see, this is what we got. Right? Then it goes to the public for public hearing and debate and conversation about it. So these data are collected, they are analyzed, and then results. So everything we did, this is what we have. So y'all go debate. Then at that point, the House of Representatives can go debate and say, okay, we agree that there will be additional voting counties because it is scientific, it's informed. It goes there. Then they pass on it. Then it pass. Then as a country, that means we are ready, we are prepared. Financially, structurally, technically, we are ready. It has gone through all of the chain of technical reviews and evaluation. That's how you can run country. But the way the guys are running the country, and then when you tell people, they'll be like, oh, you all just care about I on the green side, this side. This is nonsense. And you take a regime speaker who care less about doing the right things and concerned about protecting the Constitution and what the law says and all of that. See, quoting legislative instruments, constitutional instrument that's been violated through that action, that entire thing should be condemned. These guys, you see, because they illegally use the hotel to seize power, so everything they're doing, they're not using the Constitution. They both use hotel to get power. So they did not use the Constitution to get power. So the folks in the House of Representatives will always do things ultra vires. And this is the case. So we're going to take calls on these two conversations, right? Whether it's the MOU that was signed or this little thing. Let's hear your thought on it, and then we can move and transition to other issues right here on Freedom 87.9. But just before we do that, again, *255*1# is the code. I will be checking to see what is going on right here. So put in your calls 0776 104 104 0886 500 104 plus 231 886 500 104 are the numbers to call, and you will be live this morning. Let's hear your thoughts on either of the conversation right here. We'll come back. We'll consider other issues right here on the show. 0776 104 104 0886 500 104 plus 231 886 500 104 are the numbers to call. Good morning.
Good morning, my dear brother. Let me say good morning to the Las Vegas Radio Land. My name is Dede Galago Wise, and I call you for his record. Let me say thank you for acknowledging us. You know, like the student and like the better or the right student, the Liberian people problem is not additional representation or additional law. The Liberian people problem.
David, okay, go ahead, David.
Impact their life positively. It's additional law because the money that you.
David Gallagher, we said your line is terrible. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Morning, sir.
Yeah, I'm being talking I process the body ambassador of Nigeria. Thank you this morning. I called from Pittsfield. Thank you for your document just read. You see, for me, the issue of adding another district to the existing
Mm-hmm.
Annually, the money they are making. Then we add another more 14, 20, and when we check our budget in the growth, we say finishing with that, we're less than 0.1%. The rest of it go to salary, go to all things, and at the end of the day, they let the people in the pocket. We don't have anything to do. So I think they rethink.
Okay, they need to rethink. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Abu.
Morning. Quickly.
Yes, the couple of chairman, and I'm the Peter Star. I joined you from Stockholm to support this morning.
Mm-hmm.
Naturally, we have to do a increasing the seat of those lawmakers in Latin America. I just got a little point to add to it. I agree they profess and propose to be enforcing the law. But then the law spoke about the threshold of 40,000, right? In our case, when the district reach 40,000, it should be, petition, right?
Okay, there is a reason why I'm not answering that, but your line went up. Let's take.
Hello?
Hello. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning to SNC and good morning to my peace-loving people of the Republic of Liberia, and good morning to you, dear brother Abu Sharif, and along with brother Hagar Gonda Institute in Liberia.
Mm-hmm.
The name remains constant at Council AF Kamal this morning again. I want to speak on the issue of recreation or additional 14 seats of our legislative. It's not interesting. It's not necessary. Let's assume that the 73 seats we have, where is the proper representation? Where is the oversight responsibility they are demonstrating in the House of Parliament for the Liberian people? That we are seeing the economic constraint. They are talking about recreating new 14 additional seats. Look, that is not a solution for our country. They don't want to be creating seats, but they and their family to benefit, and the masses are going to suffering. But I want to also send this message to Bishop Kotu Bra and Dallas Reverend too. The statement is made.
No, we are not there yet. We're not there yet. So let me take 2 more calls and then we can go for a break, come back and talk about the issue. Good morning.
Yeah, just listen now. This is PSR once again. I say some network problem. What I'm saying is that then the threshold is 20,000. For instance, demonstration is a fool. We can hold down the rest of voters here. So by the law that they are citing, they should follow a law should be having 5 blocks. Instead of all of us rather having 4. So you cannot partially enforce the law. If you are enforcing the law, it should be across. It should call across the new.
All right, thank you. You've made your points. So let's take calls 0776 104 104. Have your say or forever hold your peace. Let's take this caller. Good morning.
Good morning, Abu. This is Joseph Kamara. Do join you from FDA Bona Farm.
Mm-hmm.
You see, like bro, we can do our own thing. Then we'll say the crowd behind it. For me, the advice I want you to be given to us now is we hear forever vote. Let the people put that say in power. That's my advice.
Yeah, but I have that one that chaos. That one that chaos. You're talking about that. But anyway, thank you very much. Good morning. Hello, morning. You're live. Let's hear you.
Yeah. That I'm saying, if those guys.
No, my man, you made a point, Ampy, there. You get a point already. Good morning.
Good morning. This is Emmanuel Westfield.
Go ahead, Emmanuel.
I'm calling from George City.
Mm-hmm.
So, the representative is telling us that we have put more seats into the house.
Correct.
All the money they took it from the house there, sticking there, instead of and all the damage our country. So, that's what we want to do like a business. Thank you. For 2009 with Georgia.
Okay, thank you very much. This is it, fellow Liberians. It seems, hey, I don't know, people are giving up on the country.
The hope of the Liberian people.
The way
is
the
fading
government,
away.
I think the government has connected, kind of disconnect, and people are feeling uninterested in their own country anymore. They're losing hope because of the violence, because of the approach of the government and all of that. Can we say the government has succeeded in instilling fear in the people? to a larger extent. But that's a whole conversation that we'll have, and we'll look at different issues in different instances. So there is a need. Then that makes our job difficult. That means because our job is to inspire courage in the people. So we don't want to hear people saying, "Let them do what they want to do." That is not recognizing that the power is with you. So you can't have the power, then you sit on your phone and you say, "Oh, let it do." No, no, no. You have to invoke, you have to use your power. And that's why right after the break, we'll talk about the December 17th protests that's coming up. And of course, it's coming up for just causes. We'll look at that and share our thoughts on it. And from the way things are proceeding, it's important that we look at these and have this conversation, increase this conversation so that all of you that are frustrated and disappointed will see reason to come around and correct the wrongs that happen in our country. So continue to play. Yes, we are trying. We are trying on star 255 star 1 hash. We're trying small, right? Yeah, but it will be after the break now. Yeah, so we are trying small.
Okay, so
Yeah.
maybe we will
Let it-
do 2 draws in yeah, we can do 2 draws, Abu. But we have to firstly let the people you have to play this morning. We are reaching somewhere, star 255 star 1 hash. They will have to check it out from the
Yeah.
system. So once you hit around there. Okay, so yes, we are at the point. We said we wanted 7, right? So we need 3 more now. So it's
that's
up
what
to
we-
you.
so keep playing.
yeah.
Like we said, this is the festive period, and we are committed to ensuring that we pay and give out more money so that everybody will celebrate. Not because of bad dream, and
Yeah,
people will not
yeah.
sleep. So this break of Crime Stopper Library will come back. We look at the cash giveaway, spend some time on it, and then we'll move to something else. This break.
It's about musical. There are crimes in many places. In every community, you can see. So if you see crime, report it. Don't take law in your hand for the real authority. That it can't take care of it. Crime Stopper here for us. Bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor. If you see a human target, and I mean you cheche. Do it for your safety. If you see it, don't keep it. You must call to report it. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia. From the center to interior, Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, Old Man Sam Cyan.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia. From the center to interior, Crime Stopper. From the center to interior, Crime Stopper. Keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us. Crime Stopper. The people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper. Stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia. From the center to interior, Crime Stopper. Keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us.
Okay, Crime Stopper Liberia, your partner, and of course, it's always associated with the Freedom Money Rise, and we're glad to be here again, folks. We like the way things are right now. So the other day, during the was it the anniversary promotion, right? There were people winning big prizes.
Yeah, I think one of the guy who won the Camel 40 won also yesterday. Oh my!
Oh, on the show.
Yeah.
So the guy used a scene come on for to win again.
So in fact, when I called him off, he was the one who disclosed that, oh, I am the guy who even won the Camel 40. I said also that the one using Nana will talk you on is that laughing.
So you see, these things they're real, but sometimes our doubt can hold back.
Yeah.
Right. Even for those of you that in school you have exam to take, the moment you doubt yourself about passing, and how you can fail, but you have to have confidence. You match your confidence with potential or capability. And you say, "Man, I'm steady now." You say, "I get confident." No. So in the case of the cash giveaway now, you have to be confident. You have to believe. You have to know that you will. But equally so, you have to have some money on your wallet, right? To play. And we negotiated, we brought it down to 50 LD. That's the one that can pace me up in the whole thing, right? Are you winning? When you win your 5,000, your 10,000, your 15,000, one day you won't see any all call you to say, "Oh, Kyo scratch card or Kyo they won." So at the end of the day, we are only saying, "Oh," because you're fans, you're supporters, and so we have to make this whole radio thing, interactive and create a community. So in that community now, we'll bring a support system. The support system is there, but this support system is not free of charge, but it is a process that you spend minimally and you win bigly, right? So on *255*1#, you play, you win. You win, you get money instantly. When you get money instantly, you spend your money on your pleasure the way you want. Whether you want to go for the Taylor race, like Higa explained, saying Higa went B-Roll Nigeria come back, all the social thing in here inside.
And I'm not even planning about that. In fact, that whole thing about the Taylor race, I'm not even following anything about it. I think I saw Teddy Rap posted yesterday that how you call this guy is supposed to come to Liberia. But I'm not really following that.
But it's a good thing. It's
but
the end of the year.
I'm fighting.
We get money to go for vacation.
I'm fighting.
Other countries get money to go for vacation. I'm
fighting to bring one of the most trending artists in Africa to Liberia, and I'm working on that.
Who's that?
I want to know Bonabo. I'm making
Bonabo. Bonabo not starting. I think he used to be in Went Down.
Yeah, but no, yeah, compared. I mean,
he the one sang Chop Breakfast.
Yeah, Chop Breakfast.
And I saw his son and Two Face that chopping breakfast around the place. But look, man, *255*1#, all play, all work with our play makes Jack a door ball, and so now we can one play too. But in the of course, the government after us now, the politicians they're after our lives, so we're living privately. We can't go to places.
Yeah.
We're not free as every other people in the country today, but it's okay, right? That's the risks, that's the sacrifices that we've decided to make for our country and for all of us. So we will be hiding and looking over our head while you chilling, flexing, enjoying yourself and all of that. So make money and go chill. *255*1#. Imagine the week you win 2 times or 3 times this week. Your Taylor rate set, right? You can go down all the side. You basking for the tambo, you basking for yourself, and you can. I won't say chattel car, but you can get some motorbike picking under your control.
Yeah,
you can operate. You go enjoy yourself. You be part of the fast too. History making. The entire year was stressful. You go, you see new things, you make new friends, you expand your network. That's the world we're in right now. Don't stay in your corner. This is not the time where, not like way back where you don't want to be yourself, you stay in your little corner. No. Yeah, you have to.
Don't matter what thing we're doing, we understand ourselves, we know we can do our thing.
Oh yeah. So that's it. So provide you the opportunity on *255*1#. *255*1# is the code, and of course, you're good to go. Hey, God, do we have the LCC statement?
You want to check on?
Okay, so while we try to check on that,
I sent you the link just quickly. I read it yesterday.
The LCC statement, and then I'm going to send you there's something from Stan, the statement from Moba Molu.
In relation to that?
Yeah, in response to.
So I sent you.
Okay. But you want to pull on the screen?
The statement?
Yeah. You want to pull on the screen real quick. So I'll send you the Moba Molu response. So when we read yeah. So when we read the statement, then we'll play the Moba Molu stand response to what the church said. Right? Now, so here is the news article. The Liberia Council of Churches demands Bouaca's government to deny December 17 planned protest organizers solidarity and trust for a new day permission. LCC General Secretary Reverend Christopher Toole says Mola Molu stand seeks to disrupt this year's festive season. I didn't know that we had these bodies that doing festive season. We always try to preserve it, and nobody will protest, right? When all the other protests happen this time, you see, some of you will be buying your own disrespect. Said the Liberal Council of Churches is calling on the Bouaca government to deny individuals and organizations seeking to conduct protests across the country during this year's festive season. LCC Secretary General Reverend Christopher Toole maintained that a majority of urban areas are overcrowded, with residents going about their normal businesses for the festive season, such as government must not create room for disruption. Addressing the press conference during the weekend in Monrovia, Reverend Toole called on Moba Molu stand to reschedule its planned December 17 protest to be held between the Executive Mansion and the Capitol building in Monrovia. Added that the month of December is usually characterized by too many activities, including commercial, religious, and vacation, among others. Meanwhile, LCC former President Bishop Kotu Brown, who joined the cause, indicated that Liberia, especially the religious community, anticipate a fruitful celebration of this year's festive season. According to Bishop Brown, Liberia seeks to observe this year's festive season in peace, particularly to fetch for their families and loved ones. Can you imagine Kotu Brown, right? Kotu Brown, Bishop Kotu Brown. You see, anyway, let's hear from Molu and the guys what they think about it. That Molu they were talking to. So let's hear Molu then first.
Ladies and gentlemen of the press, this is Stan's official response to the most compromised clerics in Liberia. The group calling itself the Liberia Council of Churches, now openly hired and paid by the government to call for the abolition of the December 17 lead or leave protest. By demanding the Liberians cancel the December 17 lead or leave protest, the Council of Churches has removed its final mask. It has confirmed what the nation already suspects. This once respected institution has collapsed into a network of corrupt men who traded principle for privilege, truth for token, and God for gold. Instead of standing with the poor, the hungry, the homeless, the abused, and the forgotten, the council now stands with corruption. It has stained its garment while dining with the rogue-in-chief Deacon Joseph Yimon Bouaca. A body that should speak truth to power now serves as a loudspeaker for a corrupt regime, while the hungry starve, the violated or the abused cry, and the brutalized bleed. This council rushes to sit at the tables of political gluttons. Nothing about this resembles moral leadership, and it is a shame. It is the behavior of a spiritually bankrupt institution, intoxicated by state power and blinded by bribes. Some weeks ago, when the Ministry of Justice invited Stan to a so-called security meeting with the council, we refused because we do not sit with institutions that have abandoned their. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, This is STAN's official response to the most compromised clerics in Liberia. The group calling itself the Liberia Council of Churches, now openly hired and paid by the government to call for the abolition of the December 17 Lead or Leave protest. By demanding the Liberians cancel the December 17 Lead or Leave protest, the Council of Churches has removed its final mask. It has confirmed what the nation already suspects. This once respected institution has collapsed into a network of corrupt men who traded principle for privilege, truth for token, and God for gold. Instead of standing with the poor, the hungry, the homeless, the abused, and the forgotten, the council now stands with corruption. It has stained its garment while dining with the rogue-in-chief Deacon Joseph Yimon Boakai. A body that should speak truth to power now serves as a loudspeaker for a corrupt regime, while the hungry starve, the violated or the abused cry, and the brutalized bleed. This council rushes to sit at the tables of political gluttons. Nothing about this resembles moral leadership, and it is a shame. It is the behavior of a spiritually bankrupt institution, intoxicated by state power and blinded by bribes. Some weeks ago, when the Ministry of Justice invited STAN to a so-called security meeting with the council, we refused because we do not sit with institutions that have abandoned their calling. The council lost its voice the day it applauded or clapped for the illegal removal of the speaker. Yesterday's statement only seals their fall into complete moral compromise. Their argument that Liberians should not protest because Christmas is near is the theology of cowards. A church afraid of truth is no church at all. A clergy that bends scripture to please a president is not serving Christ. It is serving its own stomach and its own interest. When leaders choose silver over sincerity and envelopes over ethics, they surrender their altar and their conscience. They say we should avoid protest because it is the festive season. But have the council considered the millions of Liberians who cannot celebrate, the sick who cannot celebrate because hospitals are broken, the homes who cannot, or the homeless who cannot celebrate because their homes were demolished while Joseph Boakai builds a $10 million mansion for him and his family? The struggling families who cannot afford food because of harsh economic realities? Instead of shielding the president, a true council will be calling for the resignation of its own corrupt leadership for dragging the name of Jesus Christ into disgrace. STAN declares today, this council has no moral authority to question, advise, or restrain the Liberian people. An institution that stays silent while corruption spreads, while police brutality or brutalizes citizens, while powerful men prey on young girls, and while poverty deepens. Such a body does not speak for God. It speaks only for the hands that feed it. We urge the media and the public, do not be distracted by a compromised clergy. The December 17th protest is constitutional, is legitimate, and unstoppable. No bought and paid for puppet will deter the will of the people. On December 17th, the masses will rise, and no council, especially not one pretending to hold moral authority, will stand in the way of the people.
Okay, folks, so now you have it. You've listened to the response from the Solidarity and Trust for a good day or a better day, right? STAN. You've also listened to us read except from the Council of Churches Secretary General statement over the weekend. And the verdicts are out there, or if you may, it is a debate that we all should look at. So it is a two-street, conversation. The council believes that in this December, I'm just trying to paraphrase or summarize the logic behind the council's position. The council believes that Liberians are generally happy, Liberians are generally excited, they're generally satisfied, and they want to celebrate. They have what it takes to celebrate and be good and feel good, and that things are normal, that the government must deny every constitutional right by any organization or individual to exercise in this December, because according to them, everybody in the country parboiling, the hospitals are good, sick people are being catered for, disabled are being looked after, the elderly are being cared for, so the government should do whatever it can. It is a dangerous precedent. It is a dangerous call. It is fermenting narcissism. It is fermenting dictatorship. And for this, like Molu said, for this organization that has been known in this country for its moral and ethical position and stand, to compromise to this length, I am bewildered. But again, the writings were on the wall. Right? We have a country today where state-owned enterprises are unable to contribute a dime. Millions and millions are being raised at these different state-owned enterprises, but the country benefits nothing. The Council of Churches says it's okay, it's normal. That is fine, that is not troubling, that is not worrying to them, that is not concerning. Right? Young, energetic, enthusiastic, and educated men and women have said we cannot sit idly and see our country go down the drain without speaking. So we must invoke the powers granted to us through the Constitution to send a signal. And the Council of Churches say the government must deny that from happening. When last in history has the council become the entity that instructs the government to violate and deny rights in this country? Mediators and negotiators, is that the role of an objective mediator? Folks, pretty much tell me. And then when you speak, they say, oh, you're being rude to the council and all of that and blah, blah, blah. So you see where these things are born out of. Sheer selfishness. The guys are being very selfish, wicked, and lacking compassion. For months, people with disabilities roam the streets under scorching sun, campaigning and protesting for their rights. The Council of Churches sat supinely, ignored what was going on, said nothing, met nobody, right? Exercised no effort, even as we speak. Let me tell you, the brown people are planning to come out. It will be unannounced. I don't know how they will come out, but I'm telling you. I'm not even talking about the able body, but these people. And the Council of Churches leadership saw them being brutalized on camera, beaten by state security officers. They did not say anything. But today, Liberians under the banner of stand want to stand up to send a message to the government that, oh, the way you're treating the country, we don't like it, it's not fine. The council say, the government, I can get an envelope of the government. They tell the government, say, oh, the envelope you give her, the other envelope, the December envelope heavy. So make sure you stop the people and the man do anything. Look at how they're running the country. You think these people that God, they're not God. Oh, they only told us that, oh, and you know, they were inspired or they were working, and then they got ordained. They say the pastor, the imam, then they're there. But they're not God. They're not even the representative of God. No. Right? Because anybody can be pastor. We judge them by their attitudes. It is the attitude that will convince us that yes, indeed, they're a pastor. But if somebody has a pastor title and their attitude is, you know, synonymous to a Zogo, you call him out. You call her out. If somebody is an imam or a karamon and his attitude are synonymous to a Zogo, a food snatcher, you call him out. You call her out. We must build that society. Don't be afraid of saying the truth. Ignore how they will burn you. But God in heaven that's watching down know that these people are compromising. You see, the closed doors they can go to, we are not there. You are not there to see them, but God seeing them. And it is the God that can inspire young people like us to say the truth in their face. You think we know say the BB people, the God people, right? But that God can give us the courage, right? Because God knows what they did behind the scene was bad. So God can pass through us and give us the bravery and the courage to condemn them. So you see what the council technically trying to do, right? Protecting their envelopes. Now, Molu says, officially, Stein rejects that position and brings them as the most corrupt and compromised organization in the country. And they've proven it. Kotu Brown come here, can't talk about, oh, you need to celebrate. Eh? Y'all go, all of them in the leadership. Y'all go ask them, y'all go do your own survey. What place their children are working? And y'all look at yourself. So you must take your destiny into your own hands. Those of the people who think that everything is okay for them, their Christmas and everything is set, sit down home. Nobody telling you come. Those of us who believe that the degree of suppression that's happening in this country is unbearable, we must come out to communicate to our government. And the government must know that she is instituted for everybody. And if the government insists, like she did the other time, that she will not listen and she will not pay attention to the people that will come out, it's okay. But you know, revolution starts gradually. And rebellions don't happen from the blue, right? These kinds of things, they can grow small. The first time the people go, you are arrogant, you say you're not talking to them. The second time, you are arrogant, you say you're not talking to them. The third time, and so we going small. It's okay. But those of us, the Yana girls, the Yana boys, the street vendor, all the other people, the people whom they're breaking and all of that, people who've been destituted, all of that, should keep talking to the government. Should never stop talking to the government. But you listen to Stan, right? And I don't know if there could be any better way to put it than the way Stan put it. Or what do you think? Right? Because this is it. The argument is that it is December, it's a festive period, people are going up and down. Have you gone to the market? Should we go back and start playing the videos from the market? When the people are crying, don't the LCC listen to that? When the last time you heard LCC issue statement to call on the government to pay attention to the cry of the Liberian people here? When is the last time? Almost never. Right? Almost never. You are in perpetual silence when the people are being oppressed and suppressed and they are hungry. But you only come out to speak when the people say we want to speak to our government to do things differently and better. Then at the time you're at the council of church, now you're ready to talk. What's the talk here, guys? So keep playing on *255 *1#. Let's hear you, my brother. Let me try to play something on video here.
I spoke on this thing yesterday, and it's interesting that God is giving us the opportunity to stay alive and see that our country gets liberated. About the Fridays, we always told people faking is very difficult. Trying to be your real self is always good for you. I was shocked yesterday when I came across that release and even listened to Christopher Tu and the likes of the former president of the Liberal Council of Churches. Abu, it only proved to us that the people that the greater majority of our population look up to for guardians are not guiding our people in the right direction. Abu, you and I can attest to it. Since you are from the Islamic faith, I know you can attest to the fact that there were imams in this country that divided the mosques in two folds. Either you support party X or you support party Y, especially the interests of the imam. The same thing goes to the quote-unquote pastors or whoever they call themselves. You know, I always told people I like to respect, by virtue of my upbringing, I like to respect people who go under that canopy of servant of God. But sometimes they give us the reason, and we'll always say this: whenever there is a reason that we will have to call any of you out and unmask the hidden devil in you, we will have to do it. And God himself understands that this is something that he appreciates. So, Abu, that release that you just read, if you listen to Christopher Tu, you listen to the audio? If you listen to Christopher Tu outlining reasons why the government of Buakai should not grant the constitutional right to assemble and express her grievances. So the guys are saying they should not grant that request because this is December month and this is the festive period. And in fact, there are Liberians who have come to the urban side of the country, and the urban area have gotten overcrowded. The very Christopher Tu, under then President Bishop Kotu Brown of the Liberal Council of Churches, whom is also a supporter of this unnecessary statement coming from the so-called Council of Churches. Kotu Brown was president of the Liberal Council of Churches under George Weah's presidency when they had the protest that the name Weah stepped down, headed by Henry Pedro Costa. The Weah Step Down campaign was held in December of 2019. Weah took over January 22, 2018. And in December of 2019, Unity Party and the then four collaborating political parties, through Henry Costa and others, led a protest called Weah Step Down. It was in December. Kotu Brown was the president of the LACC or the LCC. Okay, so Kotu Brown was the president of
the Liberia Council of Churches, Cottle Brown was the president when Louis Brown and the ANC and the legs of other political parties had what they call retire suffering protests that they said money got missing. That protests are ended in noise in this country. That protest was held in December of 2022, just before the 2023 elections. Cottle Brown was there. And Abu, he did not realize back then that, oh yes, December people can be here in the country plenty and blah, 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 blah. Mm-hmm. So, the understanding is, the real reason, let me say to Liberian people, I want you all to challenge this that I'm saying now. Mm-hmm. Go at the National Social Security and Welfare Corporation, or NASCOM. Check the listing of employees there. If you don't find Cottle Brown's daughter working at NASCOM, I will resign from journalism immediately. And I challenge Cottle Brown and the Liberia Council of Churches to come up and tell us that Cottle Brown's daughter is not working at NASCOM. So, what those guys continue to do is they want to always be in the spotlight. So, the only thing they are doing here, Abu, let's stay here. We have to speak to support our children. Many of those so-called pastors are today board members of various boards of government institutions in this country. Challenge me. I will name over 10 pastors. In fact, I will give all of the press releases. I'll present all of the press releases from the Executive Marshal website that name pastors that you know in this country who are serving as board members, who are serving as board chairs in this country. The very people that are supposed to be speaking in the interest of the common people, the very institution that is supposed to be an independent institution that the country will look up to when things are going wrong, the very institution that Liberians are supposed to look up to speak. When the church speaks, the government is supposed to listen. But you know why the church is not speaking? Because Cottle Brown's daughter is at NASCOM. Because I call that guy from Johnsonville, I call that church in Johnsonville there. His daughter, he himself is working as board member. So all of those pastors that are under this so-called canopy of what do they call it? Liberia Council of Churches. They are working at various government ministries and agencies. So they only hiding under that God, that the name of God, because they believe like Liberians, nobody has said to let him pray up. So once somebody talk about God being under this, we not even investigate. We can't investigate to know how sincere that person is, but we just jump. So these people are coming up today to tell us, Liberians, that protesting in December is wrong. But we saw two separate protests in 2 separate years under the Rias administration. When those very people were there, in that very institution, they did not say anything. But then we clap for it. It was important for Liberians to exercise their rights. Abu, I can remember Cottle Brown spoke against every little thing that happened in this country. Whenever there was a burden for any part of the country, Cottle Brown under the LACC could speak.
And what else he did was to justify every protest that happened.
Mm-hmm.
Every time protesters organized protests, in fact, Bishop Cottle Brown was more like spiritual advisor to the COP. It's more like the spiritual advisor. You give them biblical justification for why they should come out, they should do whatever. But today, this is the tomb of Cottle Brown and the others. Like, what is a challenge to you to say, you know what? For so long, we've allowed and, compromise bishop and prelates to control us.
But wait, Cottle Brown is making over 2,000 to 3,000 monthly at NASCAR.
So you see that? So certain people, so let's turn this thing around, right? let's imagine if the benefits that we're hearing that these prelates and their families and their relatives are having and benefiting from this government. Let's turn it around in a way that they were not there, they were not receiving it. Will this be their tune? I'm not sure. Judging by how things have played out.
The way they spoke against Wea was because they did not receive it.
Okay.
Wea did not give into that sycophantic attitude that they wanted to bring
So
up.
that's why we are sought to empower the mainland churches. Right? So they who calling themselves, establishment or BB churches and things gang up and the children, sending the children and giving them unjustifiable salaries and all of those things. So let's turn it around. Let Braka fire the children today and see whether they will still hold the ground that they are holding now. They will never hold it. Let Braka remove them from the bowl and see whether they will tell Molu say, or they will tell the government say stop Molu from protesting. They will want Molu to protest. So for those of you who children not connected, who yourself not connected, who you not get nothing, it is your turn to stand. Don't listen to them. Stand up. Right? Don't respond to them. Stand up and defy them. Because they're protecting whatever they are benefiting. It's clear. When they felt that, their benefits were minimal or were less, they agitated and provided spiritual guidance to domestic terrorist organizations like the COP led by Henry.
Let me say this, Abu, the very daughter of Kotu Brown, who is today at NASCO, under the CDC administration, she was at least. So the people, Kotu Brown and her family used to feed the lace and get plenty of money, all kind of blah, blah, blah. So the benefit that were coming to his daughter or his family directly was not something that he could appreciate. So all of the efforts they made for Wea to give them direct recognition and give them direct opportunity, he did not give into it because they were using the canopy of the church. But now Braka is giving into everything because he has bought them and placed them in his pockets. So as a result of that, they can go and say all of these things that they are saying today.
Okay, so folks, we've said ours. Let's hear from you, the people. Star 255 star 1 hash, star 255 star 1 hash. I'm sure Hagar, once we cross the threshold and we run this draw, I'm sure we get we'll be able to do 2 or 3.
Yeah, that's what.
Maybe from the way things. But once we
that is stuff we can reach the threshold.
Yeah. So, gentlemen, let's keep it. It's 18 minutes after 9, and we still have time. Let's keep playing on star 255 star 1 hash. The more you play, the better the chances are to win. On star 255 star 1 hash. And I like the way Hagar can put it. For example, at the rate of $50 when you play 1,000.
Yeah, you play 1,000 talking about 20 times.
That's 20 play.
So you
playing
automatically mean that you'll be the highest player of the
you're
day.
playing 1,000 to win what? 5,000, 4,000 profit. So that shouldn't be an issue. And obviously, to play 20 times, you
just request that you
that's what I'm going to do right now. So let's take course on this Stan and Bishop Kotu Brown thing. Let's see if you think everything okay, well, you can't say, oh yeah, we're good with the church, all happy, we're enjoying, we get money to buy Christmas clothes and things, we're celebrating and things. If you don't, then you speak your mind. Speak your mind, let the world hear you. Right? Speak out.
And we can do so on 0776 104 104 886 500 104 the numbers. You can call us on here. The WhatsApp line is as well active and it's on +231 86 500 104. Abu and Hagar, we are here this morning. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Go ahead. 30 seconds you've got. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm so good. You know, there's people are all
folks, this is even breaking, right? That the first Hagar, say the second vice president of the LCC, the Liberal Council of Churches, was a ranking member of the Council of Patriots.
Yeah. Somebody said it yesterday.
And that she was the one who attempted cooking in from the executive mansion.
Okay.
Right? That the people telling you, don't go protest there.
Good morning, Ika. Good morning, Abu.
Good morning.
Yeah, the Commonwealth Chairman, Peter Pan.
Go ahead.
You know, people are just listening right now. These guys are well government also. So we're not going to listen to this. But here's the thing. Liberia, they got no reason to protest. This is just one genuine reason I'm giving you for all Liberia, not for any political party. Your country today, Liberia, the uniform of the police have been used with for instruction on the extra police. Today, our country now,
blue to
country now, we got rescue police, we get a rescue uniform point and rescue police. That's on the top of our country. So if for any reason you are not there in voting to get out today, that should give a reason for you to get out there. Coupled with this kind of economical crime that we are struggling with today, you can get out there and make the world go that.
Of Liberia, not a rescue republic, is a republic of Liberia. So you got to get out and protest.
Okay, Peter, sir.
You go to Mona, you go to United Party flag.
Good morning. I'm Shelly. You're not going to get out of the morning. So I'm going to commend you. I follow you all the time. You're one of my best Jerry before.
Thank you, Guitar.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. You know, the Council of Justice and even the Muslim Council now is trying to get out there on the phone. Now, anytime when the people ready to speak, you see them coming out, you see the authorities. The people busy, the Council of Justice, then the third protest, state took to the state, they want to demand to the government. They are able to get time for the government to respond to their protest, right? The first time it's going to leave on that area. The Council of Justice are here, or the Council of United Party, why did not go to the president to ask the president to speak on some of the issues that the people out there in the local protest? Today, the people want to protest. The only thing that can stop is like going to go to the state. We have to go to President Joseph Navarro to address some of the issues that were allowed in the agricultural protest. We don't do that to the party. We're taking down
I think this President Abu will call our winner here, one of our winners morning. Good morning, go ahead.
Good morning. I'm going to do what we're going to report from District 15 Congress.
Go ahead.
Speaker, I want to say thank you for the fascinating information and also the issue that you raised. You know, the Council of Churches that get disgraced to
I mean, just one moment, just quickly. Yeah, so star 255 star 1 hatch. I was about to call one winner, and maybe at 9:30 we can do another one. The time is 9.
This conversation is quite interesting. It's hurting, right? We tell you the motivation, and that's the one hurting. They and the children working, they're making money. They're telling you, don't stand up. Hello, good morning.
Who is this?
Good morning. You're live on Freedom FM. This is Freedom FM calling you.
Okay.
What is your name, sir?
My name is Michael, but I'm a woman singer. I play on last name.
Oh, okay. So you're another and you've won 5,000 on your woman singer. So you gotta tell to look at it. Your woman singer. Right. Hey, then your woman singer money finish. Well, this is it, folks. The money is called. You listen to Michael and his wife. They won $5,000 right here. You too can do the same on star 255 star 1 hash. That's what we say. Keep playing. The more you play, the better chances are to win. They played last night. They also didn't win. They tried their money and they've gone through. So you too can be that lucky winner right here. Let's do another draw quickly. It's all up to you, right? Star 255 star 1 hash. Star 255 star 1 hash. Let's take more calls on this. What do you think? Hello, good morning. Let's hear you.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Thank you. Thank you for the discussion this morning. I'm supposed to I call from District 17. Yeah, you see, brother, why it is true that majority of us Nigerians will respect the Christmas, our Christmas season. We
please
we
hold
should
on.
achieve it.
Mhm.
At the same time, for the Council of Patriots that have remained silent on issues that are affecting the people, this Council of Churches, not Patriots,
COP and
yes,
FCC.
yes. They were very vocal here in the past 6 years. Very vocal. Encouraging people to protest, telling government that it was the constitutional right of people to have protest, and the government should protect the people. Now will come out to be the one that wants to question or that wants to hinder, people protesting. Like I said, for me personally,
But they're trying to working. Some of them trying to get 3,000 jobs, 2,000 jobs. They're taking last trip out of the country vacation. When the last time you went for vacation?
exactly, these people have been compromised. Most of them supported the rescue mission. Most of them are getting kickbacks behind the scene. And
So we have to stand up. The country don't belong to them alone. The rest of us have to stand up. The country don't belong to them alone. They and their families. We have to stand up. We try. Please. Good morning. Let's hear you.
Good morning. My name is Philip Habu, and I call from Red Line. You see, Habu and Hagar, it is good that this is happening at this time. I'm not saying all the time, but at this time.
You have to take Musa, sorry, we'll take you shortly. Let Emma conclude.
Go ahead. Hello. Oh my God! What happened to?
Okay, let's speak Musa Brown while we wait on. Hello, Musa. Morning.
Good morning, Hagar, and good morning, Abu.
Good morning.
Morning.
Yes. So, well, Liberia will continue to say more, lead by example. Like one time I called on the show and I said to my cousin, Cotto Brown, look, when people respect you, respect yourself. God is not walk, and you should deceive him. When you speak, people start condemning you, and people start questioning your wordings as a man of God. Once you do that, it means that you are losing more programs. And that is what is happening personally. Look, my cousin Carter Brown was one of the voices during We Are Time. In fact, in one press conference, Carter Brown literally called We Are a criminal. When you were president for the FCC. Today, it is today that Reverend Brown, you say people should not protest in December because of festive season. I want you to take your time, even among your members, at the water in the desert church. Just take your time, call them one by one, and ask them, which one are you in the celebration?
And these churches, the members, they start taking action against it.
These people will talk to you. They are conditioned in their very homes. You will give them the courage to go and protest.
Not many people hungry.
You will. Not because they bring it. Because you can call it shame on you. Call your church members.
Thank you, Musa. All right, Musa. Thank you, Musa. Musa, all right, Musa. Let's see and tell your cousin. Musa,
let's put Gospel.
Before Gospel, let me learn this talk. Musa, I want to call your cousin and tell your cousin that the fasting pusara that he is eating every day, there are people in this country here that can't even get the some dose or not done. Things are not okay with everybody just as it's okay with him. He has got the ear of the president, but how is he using that privilege to impact society for the rest of us?
Okay, let's talk to just Gus, what's up? Gus?
You have to be clean. We outline everything you say.
Okay, so we have to.
Star 5 star 1 hash code. Go ahead.
Okay, good morning to you, Abu and Hagar, including all those peaceful Nigerians who are tuned this morning. You know, when I first got wind of this protest, I ask myself, where is the morality coming from? These people sitting at the LCC. And it's so good that Moritz, who is accrediting to Bishop Brown, has come out to remind us of comments and statements made by his cousin, who happens to be my friend too, Reverend Bishop Brown. These people do not have any morality to be speaking to these kinds of things right now. If they did it in the past and it was good, it should be good now. So stopping or even requesting that there shouldn't be any protest because of festivities during the Christmas period or whatsoever is, I think, unless the argument is should not be giving any credence.
Okay. Holocaust. Do you know how many holidays and festivals are here and the whole place looks visually empty?
Dele, what's up? Go ahead.
I can build a collabo. Whenever one person asks, I can just feel so weak about the show. Yeah. I love it. I love the two of you together.
So yeah, maybe you know back up repeating us 1-1.
Yeah. I really enjoy the two of you in the morning. Yeah, on the most serious though, you know, these are people who will call corrupt clergymen in our land.
Mm-hmm.
And when you have these kind of people in the land bound to suffer. Because you already had King Nebuchadnezzar in Joseph Boakai. Then you got these kind of, clergymen in the buttressing the kind of wishing that he doing to our country.
Clergymen are not committed to the truth anymore and the scripture anymore.
They are no longer committed. And they are
like the said, they are committed to evidence.
We kind of suffering Joseph Boakai induced to the Liberian people. They want us to sit down and fold our head and allow Joseph Boakai to continue to have free war. This contest is not for Boakai. We got to let Boakai to understand that this country belongs to all of us. This is the Republic of Nigeria. It is not the Republic of Boakai. So, with all that bull, feel that is currently is not giving it to us, we who go through the tough time, so then they haven't won and bread. We don't have money. We're going to stop making 717 protests, and there's no way that anybody will come here or will clear go to your neck, or somebody wearing white guy with the imam hat on your head, because Imam Tlahi, who is a high press conference there, is no longer here there because they want him people. But at the same time, you're not going to get probably or government job for you to keep it on.
Imam Tlahi causing a picture in causing some group of people and then I went so thank you very much. So keep playing on star 255 star 1 hash, star 255 star 1 hash. Folks, fellow Liberians, we're having this conversation. The LCC in Tampas was loud in educating Liberians on what their rights are, and of course, reminding the government of the day on its responsibility to protecting the rights of the citizens in the exercise of their rights and what have you. But today, the very LCC is instructing the government of Liberia to deny Liberians their rights simply because they feel and believe that this is the time for them to celebrate. This is the festive period, and that they shouldn't. What do you think? And this is happening in the midst of heightened difficulties in the country, prices are skyrocketing, uncontrollable rates, mysterious deaths, and of course, rape and domestic violence increasing and taking center stage, police brutality on the increase, demolition, unlawful and illegal demolition exercises are going on, rendering Liberians homeless and no jobs in the country. Every report have indicated clearly that the government is creating no job, no employment, and families are hungry. Parents have been reduced to beggars. The LCC says the government should use every means possible to its disposal to deny, stand, and of course, Liberians the opportunity to stand up and, of course, send a message to the government. What do you think? Do you think is the right call? Right? Are they in the right place? Are they consistent? 0776 104 104 086 500 104 plus 221 86 500 104 are the numbers to call. This is the Freedom Morning Rise on Freedom 87.9, Liberia's most listened to breakfast platform all across the country, everywhere. Whether in the business place, in your little town or village, this is what everybody listens to.
Abu Sherry and Hagar Bonnet. The name remain constant and Fanso AF come out back to the topic again. Look, I want to tell the political, I want to tell the political bishop and the political rabbi. When we there yesterday that today protestation is bad. Well, yesterday it was good. Yesterday it was good, but today it's bad. When we there, they were in this country. This guy. They are not called to do the work of God. Because as a bishop, as a pastor, you are there to speak in the faces of the leaders and the actors that what you are doing is not right. They those who supposed to speak in the interest of the masses are going to step after that interest. Look, constitutionally, no one can stop Liberians protestation. They should just do it in the cover of the law. And the law will grant Liberians. They will come out in a number because whenever you did this in China, when the government system of your leader and you put in power, you have your right to petition me to tell you what you are doing is not right. And today it's bad. But yesterday it was good, but today it's bad. Look, we are not stupid in this country. The bishop, when you want to be political bishop, people come on you, so I say, well, go after you.
Damn it. Okay. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Hagar.
Morning.
Thomas, we are in a drawing from electoral district number 14 to be South Dublin.
Okay.
So, Hagar, of course, they were going for them to protest now in Liberia here. More especially on the wash of Social Human Bwaga. Was there on the team of former President George Weah. There was too many protestations. The church of council, our religious leaders never condemn protest. They never say anything about it. But because it is because they are dancing and whining, Joseph Imam Bwaga, so they want to condemn protest, we say no. It is our constitutional right. The Constitution provides for every citizen to peace travel and petition national government on conscious manner issues, on issues that is affecting the country. So we have our right to protest. Nobody will tell us our protest is not necessary. So thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you very much. Article 17 of the Liberian Constitution is clear on that. So keep playing on star 255 star 1 hash, or we take calls right here on the show. Star 255 star 1 hash is the code. The more you play, the better the chances are to win. We are preparing to make our next round of draws right here quickly to pay out some money. And okay, so star 255 star 1 hash is the code, and keep putting in your call 0776 104 104 086 500 104 plus 231 86 500 104. For those of you in the diaspora willing to contribute on the show this morning, that is the code. So the annoyance is the annoyance came from the fact that these were voices that were aiding and abetting protests in the past. They were saying that good morning.
Yeah, let me say hi to Hagar. Yeah, let me say this for the record, right? I think these guys
what is your name?
To democracy.
What is your name?
This Idrissa.
Go ahead. If you say they are a bunch of caricature to democracy, what do you mean?
Because for now, for people to be saying that protest is not what you're trying to say. That we shouldn't protest. What are they thinking? I'm saying that, right? So, what to use for how agitated on this bunch of desperado? Because there are people who came to look for the country because they are book reading
Thank you very much. Good morning. Let's hear you. What's your voice? What's your take?
Yeah, good morning, guys. Good morning, Abu.
Morning.
My name is Ina Kamara, and I call you guys this morning from Painesville. What my take this morning is, I think our country is actually sleeping, when it comes to the issue of religious, the respect for religion. Let me say it this way from my own viewpoint. Because the leadership we have currently at the level of the National Council of Churches, they are actually creating a kind of moral gap. Because the thing is, we are to country where people respect religion. So when you see a pastor in a bureau, you try to show honor. When you see someone who is from a church or mosque, background or leader, especially, people try to show you that. Unfortunately, only the regime, our country is actually stopping down the line. And I think we need to wake up. We need to conscientize our people to understand that.
You mean there's a moral breakdown?
There's a complete moral breakdown about.
Who do you hold responsible for that?
The thing is, it is from the upper leadership, which is the national leadership, the government today, coming down to the religious leaders. Because why would you want to use our religious leaders, right, to even compromise the truth that they want to be teaching to the people?
So why the religious leader allow themselves to be compromised?
Another thing. So they know nothing. So you're telling me that the truth that the Lord told you to tell people, now you have compromised this truth. You want to get something for yourself? You want to get rich? You want to kill a good job? You want to travel? Amen. Our country is taking down the line. And I think in my mind we have to raise up. Our forces have to pick up our rally together. We have to try to speak against these things. And go about this. That's what I can't tell you because I'm a pastor. When I say you must listen, we need to correct their time. Thank you for having me this morning.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very kindly. So, folks, this is it. And let's keep having the conversation and ensure that there is equity in the land and that what belongs to Caesar is given to Caesar, and what is right for John is right for Peter, and of course what is right for Mary is right for Teresa, and that is what we are pushing. That's what we are championing. So the conversation this morning is to assess the consistency and, of course, the fairness and objectivity in the position of the Council of Churches, particularly when it comes to the exercise of fundamental rights guaranteed by the Constitution of Liberia. So the Solidarity and Trust for a Good Day have said that there are litany of leadership excesses and governance misgivings. And they are convinced that it is important that a citizen reminder is sent, a caveat is sent. By what means they have opted to do that is to utilize and, of course, invoke Article 17 to gather peacefully and communicate to the government, just as we've seen from the early days to the weird days and all of that. And during most of these periods, what the nation witnessed was moral organizations, right? Objective organizations and institutions standing with the people and encouraging the government to protect, preserve the Constitution and the rights of the people, and of course encourage the agitators, or if you may, the protesters, to remain peaceful and stay within the borders of the law. That's what we have always seen and know happen in Liberia. But today, the Council of Churches, through its Secretary General, have said that the government of Liberia should deny, right? Should do all it can to deny the organizers of the protest, the December 17 protests, not to go ahead with their protests. And of course, Bishop Kotu Brown, former president of the LCC, have also buttressed and said that no, this is Christmas time, this is season time and all of that. So we are saying, Bishop Brown, what were your positions during the days of the Council of Patriots and other civil society organizations when they opted to organize and stage protests in this country? Oh yes, we listen to you, the records are there, right? So Liberians, what do you think? Do you see objectivity? Do you see sincerity, do you see honesty? Or are people protecting their cronies? Are they protecting whatever dividend they are receiving from the system against the general well-being of the people? 0776 104 104 086 500 104 plus 231 86 500 104 are the numbers. Good morning.
Good morning, Abu and Yega.
Morning.
Thank you for the show.
Mm-hmm.
Now, in terms of criminal people that are not there to investigate, what was the 2022, December 27th, attire shopping protest? Was Lee Brown was passing with a BB stomach to SKD? What was the council of criminal? That was the council of criminal. They all come up with any statement to say, in December now, we're not protest. So we're having to call it a big group, but when it comes to John, they're not good. Then the fact will protect on December 26th, on December 20th.
Okay, thank you very much. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, good morning. I'm fine, let's hear you.
Yeah, so this is my first time to come on a show. What are you?
Thank you.
You know, the kind of churches, I don't know how to describe it because I don't get to use that word on someone like presiding over a clergy. But Bishop Cotton Brown should be concerned about all the ministers are doing. Because they're not staying in the cap of their beer to advocate for their business. Just because his daughter is working at Marco Dawa, he's trying to stop their prayer who are suffering. They don't know that there's people, there are a lot of people in the country, each year that is the hardship of the country. If you want a people that will have this, very quite clear worker to change the regime in way of leading the country. Thank you very much.
Okay,
Thank you. Thank you for your participation. 0776 104 104 86 500 104. Go ahead. You live.
Good morning, Mr. Shai.
Good morning. Let's hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, so far, so I was good at that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I tell the people, I can come on the place. Yeah, all the people to like going. They come and tell you how to spoke.
The police book? Is it?
The police to Yahoo boy.
Thank you, my man. Good morning.
Good morning, Abu and Ega. My name is Abu Freeman, and I'm from Imperial.
Go ahead, Freeman.
You see, it is important that these things are happening at this time. Because if these things were to be happening before and what's going to know the true color of the men of God in the country, the people they are born hustle. Born hustle, now the men of God high in the country. They can hustle anywhere. Don't joke with them. So
there's some good men of God out there. So, but when people slip, you just call them out and probably they will go back and reflect.
But the Bible still told us to be one of false prophets. He said it will come. So I mean, once we are seeing them doing these things tomorrow, they will try to save the future. Or today we'll try to save the future for tomorrow. Because there will come a time in this country, people will pour the law on their head, the Bible in their head, and be crossing over here, go anywhere they want to go, because we chase them wherever they are, and we're not entering into any political limelight.
Let's talk to this person from line 2. Morning.
Good morning.
Go ahead.
I'm community, which is still committed. I know as proper Bobby.
Go ahead, Popo Bobby. But you're going to rescue Bobby.
So, you know, for we Liberians, we have to be careful with the church. Because for me, the church today are working in the interest of the devil. Sorry to say so. I'm going to have
how the church working in the interest of the devil?
You shall know that.
Hello? How will the church work in the interest of the devil? Tell us how. Okay.
Okay, so you can pick that
up. Yeah, good morning, Abu.
Go ahead. Let's hear you. What's your name?
Okay, this is Pastor Emmanuel Cooper. I come from District 11 precisely.
Go ahead, Pastor Cooper. The church is under the LCC. One minute, Pastor. But the LCC is under the spotlight. Can you scrutinize? Let's hear your thoughts.
Yes, firstly, I'm sweating disappointed as a religious leader and member of the religious body of Liberia. I'm seriously disappointed in Dr. Cotton Brown, Chris Ray, and Dr. Reese. Chris Cotton
very much. So there is that pastor, that pastor that got this note. Yeah. Let's play that pastor. So it's all so you try to understand, try to know exactly what is happening here, right? So there are tons of pastors and preacher men out there that recognize and identify the suffering of the people. And they're speaking out, they're using their pulpit, they're using their podiums every Sunday. And even during the course of the week, they're preaching, they're teaching, right? But some of them do not have the opportunities to the leaders of the state. The fewer ones that have the opportunity to the leaders of the state, right, are not utilizing that in ways that the leaders will change. They're creating comfort for the leaders, even when the people are suffering, the people are hungry, and they're complaining every day, simply because they and their relatives and their cronies have been absorbed, or they are reaping what the thing is the benefit or their share.
If you don't change, men who suffer
rescue arrangement. So let's hear from this pastor who tried to this is a rescue pastor, so to speak. Right, but this man,
a former rescue pastor.
Yeah, but he decided to speak truth to power. So what is stopping the biggest body of pastors and churches in the country for speaking truth to power? And that's all, right? Let's hear from the man.
Yes, sir.
The man from the Fresh Fruit
Mr. Parker, you will see
Divine Favor Service.
If you don't change, men who suffer with you in a down valley and the rest of it. You took all the lucrative jobs you are giving to the people from OSC.
These are the issues.
Set fire on you in the city here.
So that if fire coming now, then
don't use wisdom and allow people around you to mislead you. People who suffer with you in the daily water, you forgetting about them. Ask President Weah. He did that mistake with real seditions that sacrifice. Then they join the opposition and fire back. You learn lesson. You already old. You get you fall down. Just wait. You forget the last time you freeze. Just wait. Don't use wisdom. Those that waited with you, those that struggle you all through the counties. Just wait. Just wait. That's my advice. But just wait. They ain't praying. We'll get there.
Okay, so their brainer, then Council of Churches say the people should go use. So the Council of Churches is listen. This thing is dangerous. This thing is scary, right? So basically, by or on the foot of the council's instruction, right? Because they stand and the leadership of stand have said that they're not going to listen to them. In fact, they're not even taking you seriously. They're going to go ahead. But the police that we know already and how brutal they have been so far, right, could go ahead and unleash some deadly actions on that day, justify. So imagine, so this is where the council is going to be coming in. So those of you who are leaders, whatever happened to our people on the 17th, right, you'll be held responsible for it. Leaders in the past of the Council of Churches were not taking those positions. Absolutely not. We're a few minutes to the time, right? So let's keep playing on *1#. Let's push the limit.
Another
One, the second draw right here and pay out. But in the meantime, between time, let's continue with the calls. There are more people that want to speak their mind. Good morning. I hear you. Morning.
Morning, boss.
Yeah, I'm doing it. I've been fighting for the
vendors.
Okay, They should stop disturbing the peace. So that means the fellow things disturbing the peace.
Oh, my brother. My pastor is recording you that prayer, Abu.
So what's about recording here, man? Because you talk about 75.
Yeah, recording, yeah, because the recording is went straight to these puppet tears who were here trying to insult people. But we told the people that the old man was a failure, but they failed to listen to us both.
Okay, thank you very much. Good morning. I take 2 more calls, right? Abby, how your voice sounding so?
Getting me now?
Yeah, getting you, but your voice sounding cool. Abby, you start your day.
No, I start my people.
Go ahead now.
For me, I will let the people that want to get around this demonstration, they are not right. Yesterday, they were here doing a lot of things, a lot of people were killed. Yeah, a lot of things were happening.
Yeah.
So the broadcaster of churches coming out and telling you that.
So I come in, I agree with you. When they were here and all of those things happening and people stood up to them, the people who stood up to them are the people who were here for 12 years. Right?
Yeah, but the people say not all the people, they have neutral people that stood up to them.
No, but you don't know the configuration of these people too now. So those other people stood up to them. So are you saying the people too shouldn't stand up? Or the same thing, wait, listen to me, my friend, right? So, have you not heard about reported killings in the country? The Boulevard Palace hotel manager got killed here, right? You didn't hear that one? So people not dying anymore?
It was not like President William.
So what are different now? What about the student that got killed in rehab? What about the ones that got killed in Kinjo? Hey, my man, but talk about the other one and the one they're not killing, right? Those are chickens, they're not human. Okay, so now you see, this is it, folks, right? And that's where we are. So, you know, Hagar, when you spoke about the NASCOP thing, right? About Bishop Kodu Brown, because I don't know whether that one daughter he has. I know he has one of his daughter, he has a daughter who's a friend, right? We're in school together, yeah.
So
that's
running the
Koto. That's Koto Brown. Yeah, and I know Koto used to work. Yeah, she used to work with
I will give the name so you
also she used to work with. She started working with NASCOP and all of that. So yeah, but even as that, it doesn't erase the fact, right?
But the fact that she was working with Liz.
Yeah.
And she went to NASCOP.
Okay.
She not Bishop Koto Brown, huh?
She's Bishop Koto Brown.
So when she working there, then what did?
Yeah. But anyway, folks, this is it. So the issue is just to set the record straight and but I know she's.
But the record is straight. She's a daughter
smart.
to Koto Brown. She's the Koto Brown, right?
Oh,
she
okay.
worked at Liz. She worked at Liz, and she working at NASCOP.
Okay.
So what the difference is there now?
Oh, okay. I don't understand. So, folks, that's exactly what it is, and we gotta go, man. We gotta be out of here. This is it. Tomorrow we'll be here. We'll look at the grades.
At least she did not say that a lot. So
we'll look at the gradings tomorrow. Who got F, who got A, who got C, who got D. We'll do our own assessment of that as well, plus other issues. This is the Freedom Learning Rise on Freedom 87.9. And we're very pleased to be here all of the time, contributing our quota to the growth and development of Mama Liberia, holding the government feet to the fire to deliver on its promises, and of course, ensuring that the accountability, transparency, and the country is working for everybody. We're gonna be here tomorrow. Higa, we have to go.
Let's keep the peace of our country. This country will not burn.
Certainly, Liberia will not burn, and of course, we'll be here. We enjoy it together. No one group of people deserve the country more than the other. No one group of people are more citizens than the other.
no matter what. There must be equity in the land. My name is Abu Sharif, and it's always a good thing to be here. Until we see you tomorrow, do have yourself a wonderful time. Goodbye.